What's up, guys? Back again with some Modern on Budget, and with the release of Kaldheim, we're going to be talking about an archetype, a tribe that I've wanted to play for a really long time, but we finally got enough low mana creatures to be able to play it, and it's angels. And you'll see that we do keep to budget at 89.45 on in paper and 20 bucks, 20 ticks on MTGO. Anyway, as you can see, we have a nice curve here. None of the cards are terribly expensive. The most expensive card in our deck is going to be Archangel Avacyn. I'm actually going to swap over, though, to Visual View, just because it's my preference. And we have a bunch of 4-ofs in the deck that it doesn't really affect us very much, because we don't have to go click on them, everything. But if you want to see the full deck list, it's in the description. If you like the video, smash that like button. But we're going to start talking about these angels because I'm really excited. So we have the 1-drop angel with Flying and Vigilance from Modern Horizons. But I actually didn't know this card existed until I tried to build this deck. So I really like Segovian Angel. Sure, it can be pinged down by basically anything in the format, and you'll notice that with like Speaker of the Heavens, and actually I think that's the only thing in here. But those two can be pinged down. But if they die, it's not the worst thing. It's just a very early play. So that's very nice. Speaker of the Heavens is I'm actually going to zoom in for us here. Speaker of the Heavens says, create a 4/4 white angel creature token with flying. Activate this ability only if you have at least 7 or more life than your starting life total. And activate this only anytime you can cast a sorcery. So what that's going to do is you'll notice that we have a lot of lifelink in here, or ways of gaining life, and you'll see that in a moment. But it's just a way for us to gain that extra life for us. So it's just a way for us to gain extra value, extra traction as we're shifting into the later game. My hair is just in my face. But it's a very good card, very powerful, very underrated. But if you it's just simply because it's not been put into a deck like this before. Next up is Bishop of Wings. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 4 life. Whenever an angel you control dies, create a 1/1 white spirit. Now, in Standard, this saw play with Divine Visitation, so that whenever an angel you controlled died, you created a token, but since the token would enter as an angel, you would essentially just get infinite angels, even if your opponent kept killing them. Anyway, so that's what that is there for. If I can play my 1-drop Segovian Angel and gain 4 life. Anyway, next up is Youthful Valkyrie. And I might suggest waiting to buy this deck for like 2 or 3 days if you're wanting to buy it in paper, because you could even get it for less. Because this Youthful Valkyrie is not very, like, it's not the cheapest right now. It's an uncommon, and it's probably going to go down to like 10-20 cents if you just wait. Now it says, whenever another angel enters the battlefield under your control, put a 1/1 counter on it. And it's a 1/3. So I really like this card because it's going to give us a way to scale even further. Because we have Speaker of the Heavens, we have Bishop of Wings, but now we have a way to make our creatures get more powerful. Particularly this one. We have something else that buffs up our entire team, but we'll get there in a moment. Next up is Angel of Vitality. If you would gain life, you gain that much plus 1 life instead. As long as you have 25 or more life, it gets +2/+2. So let's say you turn 1 Speaker of the Heavens. Turn 2 Bishop of Wings, swing with Speaker of the Heavens, go to 21 life. Turn 3, play Angel of Vitality. Angel of Vitality enters the battlefield. You gain 5 life, putting you at 26, and you attack a Speaker of Heavens. Okay, they're not gonna lie, they probably have a creature on the board by that point, but we're in Magical Christmas Land here, okay? And on turn 3, you could tap Speaker of the Heavens post combat and create a 4/4 white angel. But even if you just do turn 2 Bishop, turn Turn 2 Bishop, turn 3 Angel of Vitality sets you at 25 life. So it'll turn Angel of Vitality into a 4/4. You don't even have to attack in that scenario. Next up are our newer cards from Kaldheim. We do have the Kaldheim card here, Useful Valkyrie, but these are more of them. Starnheim Aspirant is a 3-drop human cleric that says angels cost 2 less to cast. Now, you'll notice this costs white, this costs white, this costs white, white. That's not an angel, but that costs 1 in a white. But really, the biggest targets for that are Angel of Vitality and Righteous Valkyrie, because they'll be able to be cast as 1-drops. Marshall will be able to be cast as a 2-drop. It's just a way to get even more traction. It's a cleric as well, which you'll see also has some synergy in the deck. We have Path. I'm just going through the simpler ones to explain right now. And then Path to Exile is easy removal. And then we have Righteous Valkyrie. Flying whenever another angel or cleric. So all of these are either angels, clerics, or angel clerics. But this says whenever another angel or cleric enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. So that's a 1/1, that's a 1/1, but that's a 1/4, that's a 1/3, that's a 2/4. Like, and then those are 2/2s, 3/3s, and 2/2s, and then that's a 4/4. But like those are even. But like a 2-drop 1/3, a 2-drop 1/4, like you're gonna be gaining a lot of life off of that. And if you have Angel of Vitality, you're gaining life off of each of those in addition. And so it's a lot of life you're gaining, and it's kind of giving me a Soul Sisters vibe. If you go ahead and watch the other video, you might see some similarities. They're actually, I think, the only card that decks share, maybe the Plains, obviously, but then Path to Exile. But it gives me a Soul Sisters vibe, because you gain life when your creatures enter, but it's not just like 1 life. It's a ton of life. You're getting 4 life. You're getting 2, 3, or 4 life per ETB, maybe even more if you include Vitality entering. It's an insane amount of life that you're gaining. And so, also, Righteous Valkyrie is not able to be killed by Lightning Bolt. It's a 4 toughness creature. Anyway, so as long as you have 7 or more life, though, so it has the same clause as Speaker of the Heavens. As long as you have 7 or more life, then your starting life total, creatures you control get +2/+2. So when I was saying up here with Youthful Valkyrie that it's a way to like kind of just like scale into the late game, especially with like Angel of Vitality as well, those two scale with themselves. Well, Righteous Valkyrie scales with your entire team. It scales with your entire board. Like, the moment you get 7 or more than your starting life total, which you will with this deck, you get your entire board to get +2/+2. Next up, we have Resplendent Marshal. When Resplendent Marshal enters the battlefield or dies, you may exile another creature from your graveyard. When you do, put a 1 counter on each creature you control other than Resplendent Marshal that shares a creature type with the exiled card. So if you exile an angel, then things that can be hit by it are Scovian Angel, Useful Valkyrie, Angel of Vitality, Resplendent Marshal if you have a second one on the board, Righteous Valkyrie, and then Archangel Avacyn. If you exile a cleric, things that can be hit are Speaker of the Heavens, Bishop of Wings, Righteous Valkyrie, and Starnheim Aspirant. There are 2 creature types in this deck. There's angels and there's clerics. There's no creature in the deck that doesn't have one of those 2 creature types. Next up is, I already talked about the 4 Path to Exile. We do have 16 planes to be able to, cast our white spells, and 4 of a card called, we have 18 planes. And then for Seraph Sanctuary, when it enters the battlefield, gain 1 life. Whenever an angel enters the battlefield under your control, you gain 1 life. That can get pumped up by Angel of Vitality, and it's more life gain. It's insane. We do have some double white, though, so if you have a starting hand that has a single plains and a single Seraph Sanctuary, keep in mind that you might not be able to cast Bishop of Wings on turn 2. And Bishop of Wings on turn 2 is just a really good play. Anyway, the last card in the main deck is Archangel Avacyn, and this is actually going to be the only thing I actually have to click to a new site for. But it says, uh, 5 mana, flash, flying, vigilance. When it enters the battlefield, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. So that's going to be a way to keep your deck safe against board wipes. It's going to be a way to make sure that you can block into your opponent, and it's going to be or even attack, and then just know that your creatures won't die. We have a lot of flying in this deck, though. So we could hold up blockers, they swing at us, we block, we give things indestructible, and then we swing in. Or we could just swing in and then just kill them, probably. But the flip side, whenever a non-angel creature we control dies, so Starnheim, Aspirant, Bishop of Wings, or Speaker of the Heavens, it's going to flip. Whoa, that's really zoomed in. It's going to flip into Archangel Avacyn. Avacyn the Purifier, actually. Flying, when this creature transforms, it deals 3 damage to each other creature and each opponent. Well, hopefully by this time that this happens, by the time we're able to cast it, hopefully our Righteous Valkyries are coming in clutch. Hopefully our Youthful Valkyrie, our Angel of Vitality, hopefully those are pumping our entire team, so we actually won't be affected by it. But it's kind of like a one-sided board wipe at that point. Anyway, that's the main deck. Our sideboard has 4 Tormod's Crypt, for Graveyard Hate, 4 Angelic Ascension. If our opponent, it's a way to like turn our creatures into, it says exile target creature. I might as well just go back here, just so I can hover over the card, because sideboard doesn't work that way. Angelic Ascension is a way to exile planeswalkers as well, or creatures, but also it's a way that if we have a particular card in our deck that just doesn't work against our opponent, we can bring this in, and then we can just scale up our own creatures. We can turn our Sokovian Angel into a 4/4. Blessed Alliance is a card that can deal with the new Tibble's Trickery deck. It's not the best, but it's a way we can deal with it. And then also, it's a way to counteract Boggles and Burn. Leyline Sanctity against discard decks and burn decks and storm decks. As I did explain yesterday, though, that Storm does have ways to get around Leyline. So do be careful. That's not going to be a 100% wins the game, but it does allow you to gain a lot of life and really put pressure on. Anyway, if you enjoyed the deck, if you actually preferred seeing the visual view of the deck, let me know. Try out the deck. If you have any questions about gameplay, strategy, or card choice, please let me know below, and I will see you next time.